Beep beep! What's up, BB besties? Kamusta naman? I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to a new season of Rotaract Club of Cebu Fuente, University of San Carlos's Beyond Borders. Did you miss us? We hope so. Oh, and in case you haven't noticed, you're tuning in to our very first episode. We'll be welcoming a new Rotary year, giving big shoutouts to our batch 2022 Carolinian Rotaractors, and of course, greet our birthday celebrants. I'm Jay.
I'm Jess.
I'm Francis.
And I'm Marco.
Your hosts for today, and we'll be speaking about road safety and going green in this special two-part episode we call Share the Road. Aren't you all excited? Well, I am, so sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Hey, Jess here. On behalf of RACCF USC, I would like to wish every Rotarian, Rotaractor, Interactor, aspirant, and our listeners a happy new Rotary year. Maybe some of you guys are new listeners here. Well, just a quick did you know? Did you know that this is already our third Rotary year under the COVID-19 pandemic? But what's amazing is how various Rotary and Rotaract clubs persevered amidst the pandemic. Our club has already completed a number of significant, sustainable, and impactful projects 2 Rotary years in the pandemic, and is still growing and progressing. That's why I love it here, and I know you're gonna love it as well. And one thing that we constantly learn to value about this club is that we are becoming more connected and educated of our community, and we always strive to develop ways and grow with them to make a significant contribution to our community. And certainly so, the RACCF USC has been serving its true purpose because we genuinely want to help make a progressive community and a better world.
Hi everyone, this is Marco Paulo Lim of the Beyond Borders podcast.
Hello, everyone. This is Francis Isabella Balagtas, and this is your second host for episode 1 of season 2 for the Beyond Borders podcast, Share the Road.
Yeah, we're back for our second season, and we're coming up with a very, very informative topic that is, what do I would say, somehow very overlooked by a lot of people, but it's something that we really need. I think that we have invited very important people who are specialized in this kind of field.
Our very special guest would include Sir Peter Go of Cebu Road Heroes. He is the president of this very helpful organization.
Hi, hello. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure to have you here, Sir Peter. And for our next guest here, we have Miss Ella, the officer of the CCTO, to discuss with us topics on pedestrian and jaywalking. Good afternoon, Miss.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ella from Cebu City Transportation Office.
And last but not least, we have Miss Corazon Irog Irog, who is also an officer of the CCTO, who is an advocate of traffic education.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for having me here.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. We are so happy to have you guys here to discuss for our topic on road safety. Right, France?
Yes, we are so excited to let you know what you may be missing for your road safety procedures.
Exactly. Especially now that some of us are living, or majority of us even are living in Cebu, we know how hectic the traffic there is, right? And we need to be aware and conscious, all right, of certain safety protocols and certain procedures that we need to be aware of. So right off the bat, let's start this conversation. For our very first topic, we're going to talk about pedestrians and jaywalking. So then the question is, why do people cross the road, specifically jaywalkers, even when there are pedestrian lanes or sidewalks nearby?
Okay, the most reason are people may simply be in a hurry and decide to rest cruising, so which could lead the pedestrian to injuries or even fatalities. Others may not be aware that they are supposed to use crosswalk or skywalks or may not see one nearby. It may be because also that the crosswalk or skywalk is too far away from their destination. Then some pedestrians are not willing or observing the traffic rules and regulations in the city, and they're not willing to wait the length of time of the signal lights. And then some of the reasons also are they don't know that the city have jaywalking ordinances. So mao na siya ang mga common reasons gid sa atong mga pedestrians nga maka-violate sa atong jaywalking ordinance.
So it's pretty much what you call this convenience for them. But how can people be aware of jaywalking, as you mentioned? Some people aren't aware. So diba, this was perhaps of their origin bitaw of, for example, they're from the province, something like that.
So I think for mission dissemination maay na dako kay na siyang tabang for the pedestrians, especially na katong wala na kay bawas atong ordinansa. So ato silang i-educate, ato silang pahibawon, then ato sa tudloan kung silang angay nga buhaton.
So far, what is CCTO doing in the disseminated information? I have understand that there were pamphlets or
Yes sir, we give leaflets for the pedestrian. Na nito nakabutang ang atong ordinansa din sa iyang mga corresponding penalties or kanang seminar. Na dito nakabutang sa atong leaflets. Then I think kinahanglan pa siguro ta og more nga personnel sa to implement the ordinance sa dan.
So apart from leaflets ba, where can other people gain information of this? Is there a website perhaps na people can access or something like that, especially for people who are new here?
Yes, sir. Natin page sa CCTO. Ana ato atong i-post diha regarding sa atong jaywalking ordinance.
So is there a Facebook page?
Yes, sir. We have Facebook page sa CCTO, Cebu City Transportation Office.
All right. So people can simply go to Facebook if they
yes,
don't
sir.
have access to leaflets.
So, follow-up question, Miss Ella. What has the organization done to mitigate these problems, these issues that pedestrians usually do when jaywalking or crossing the road?
Ibutang nato sila sa mga different areas diri sa Cebu City. Gikatag-katagid sila nato. So, before sana sila na magi-deploy sa danamo sana sila giagi og seminar og orientation regarding sa ordinansa sa jaywalking o sa unlawful embarking o disembarking. Kana apila man including naman na siya sa i-implement nato sa itong mga personnel ng unlawful embarking disembarking kay kasagaran sad sa mga labang is gikan sa nanganaog sad sa jeep. Nanaog or nasakay. Ana sila apil sana sila sa kuan sa atong jaywalking personnel.
Yes, ma'am. I think makarelate sad ko ana since I usually commute from San Carlos to Mandaue, which is where I live, and then sakay jud kayo, ma'am, as in they dub it as zombie apocalypse basta ting sakay, and usually ang mga tao punta na gyud bisag asa sa dan na maka-obstruct na sila sa mga drivers. Mo problem usually in kanang riding jeepneys and disembarking.
Oh yes, if I may add pa, kanang gi-mention ni Ma'am Ella na passengers na who goes down from the jeep and crosses right away. O ba yan ay daghan kong na encounter na accident. Even my staff sa office na mo na yung delikado. When you get down and then directly crosses the street, dapat mo daog mo sa jeep and go to the sidewalk first.
Yes, sir.
Nauban mo diretso magnaog, then mo tabang diretso ba? So mo na madisgrasyahan yun kasagaran.
Yes, so that's part of the orientation yun, sir, sa atong personnel nga mo-focus sa gid sila ana nga kanaging mga pedestrian gadi nga while nakanaog sila sa jeep, dito ra magud sila labang. Dili sila mo adto gyud sa pedestrian ba then wait for the green man nga signal usa-sa sila mo labang. So mo nakasagaran nga magkosad sa disgrasya or nay maligsan kay tungod dili man gud sila mo follow gud sa ato ang nakabutang da nga signage ug ato ang mga naka-install diha nga suga sa pedestrian.
Bitaw, but looking to the good side, I noticed that na ang autobuses, the new jeepneys, they're more adherent to the rules. Kanang digid sila magpanaog sa passengers if dili pa bus stop. And even if pila pa na ka dok-dok sa piso sa passenger, digid sila mo ko ng andas bus stop. So, I think ni work jud ang inyong implementations and enforcements.
That's true. Actually, can I add na lang from what Miss Ella mentioned earlier regarding provincial people? I feel attacked because for me, I recently moved to Cebu and I really noticed na this city is super urban. Like, there's cars, there's personal vehicles, there are buses, there are jeeps, and the speed is super fast. Like, if you put out a piece of paper, flies away. You know what I'm saying? Everything's fast. Everyone's in a hurry. No one's stopping for you. That's my point. And the street life, as you would put it, is really scary here. So I was wondering, how would provincial people who are unaware of these, life here, lifestyle in much urban cities such as Cebu, how can we become aware or how can we become oriented of the life here or the city life?
Na ang Miko answer sa atong jaywalking, sir, nga team, we have a educator nga amo na silang i-educate regarding sa atong ordinansa sa jaywalking. So, mo na siya purpose ato ang educator. I-hold sila na po sila for a minute or kanang istoryaon sila namo kung sa ilahang violation nya asa sila dapat mulabang.
There are people out there literally just watching for jaywalkers and gonna tell you like, "Huy, this isn't for a place for you to walk." Something like that?
Yes sir, kung jaywalking personnel sir, kana makakita na sila nga di man gyud na sila kahibaw gyud nga from provinces na sila ang nanglabang. So ana na sila makahibaw until ma-apprehend na nila. So alam mo na pangayuan og data, then na-intervene from where na sila gikan. And then nung miingon sa from provinces, then naman sa gyud like ako sir from province man ko sa among province is wala man gyud na jaywalking. So mo nang amo i-discuss sa ilaha is unsay gipang implement nga ordinansa diri sa city, specifically sa jaywalking. So amo na sa tudluan kung asa sila dapita mo labang, then unsang like sa pedestrian lights, unsay angay nato i-follow, then after ana dili gid miingon nga magpa-penalty mi ana nila. Kay mo na yun innocence of the law excuses the wall, so consider as innocence gid sila sa ordinansa. So mo na sila nga amo gid sang i-educate first. Then siguro kung sunod nga ma-apprehend na sana sila, let's the time siguro nga mo render sila sa atong community service or sa atong seminar.
How would they know if they're the same person na they apprehended before?
We have the logbook man sir. Katong sa na-apprehend na mo nga ni render sila sa orientation sa community service and orientation, amo na silang ilag. Then the next time pangayuan man na namo sila data sir.
Mark, that's why kita sa Cebu Road Heroes and even sa CCTO nagsigig yun ta information drive like iyan ba sa imong tana ba kay
we also give leaflets sir. Yeah, actually sir, traffic education sir, sila ka Ma'am Sonny, ni-conduct sa gina sila og pedestrian road safety sa kada schools nato. Every every school year na mga schools or na public schools naman Ma'am Son, no? Public schools grade 6 students mo conduct na sila road pedestrian safety.
Ma'am Son, di ba sa una na-mention man ka na you go ngadto mo og bukid
Before pandemic time, way back 2017, 2018,
before pandemic.
reach out to barangays under Cebu City, conduct traffic rules and regulations, so including na po sa mga pedestrians. But ang among main target ato are the habal drivers. Also, we conducted sa kana mga road safety sa public school gihapon sa mga mountain barangays. Ano ang atong limitation is only Cebu City. How about the provinces? Mauna na dinha siguro dapita nga makatabang na gyud mo through social media siguro or the information dissemination. In fact, si Sir Coco na dayo na siya mga leaflets para ihatag daw namo sa mga radio stations for them na makatabang o disseminate for this matter.
I think that's really good. Like education is really the key.
Because penalty cannot resolve the issue on the violations kay naagyoy mahitabo nga bisag kapila na madakpan mo bayad
lang.
If I may ask, how much is the penalty?
50 pesos.
50 pesos.
Gamay ra sir no.
I mean, pang lunch na siya, in fairness.
I actually have a question. Kay my experience as a pedestrian, although I haven't tried being violated for jaywalking yet, wouldn't the higher penalty be a motivation para dili na sila mo usab ba?
Laylain mong gani interpretation bitaw. Good for you kay kasabot ka nga kung dako imong penalty, mahadlok na ka mo violate again. Pero sa uban, mas daghan ang magyaw-yaw na pangwarta ra gyud dagko kayo ang bayad.
Penalty.
For now, ma'am, for example, highways, not just roads in Colon, but highways, the big roads na. I noticed that you put up the orange barriers sa mga kuan. I mean, I noticed it was also for the cars na dili sila magpataka og U-turn, but it was also made, I also noticed it was also made for pedestrians na dili na sila kaagi sa lane nga walay pedestrian. Did you think na effective ni siya if mabutang ni siya sa smaller roads, not just national highways?
Yes, ma'am. Effective gyud siya kung na siya barriers. Kay kung na barriers ang daan, the people will only cross or sa designated pedestrian crosswalk or skywalk.
To add, Miss Francis, kanang the mention nimo ba regarding the katong penalty,
Yes.
double edge magud siya kay wala gito ingon nila Ma'am Sony ba with CCTO na you have to balance out those who cannot afford na may uban na mga di ka afford ba mga as we mentioned na taga probinsya na
Yeah.
timingan lang yun ana ba. That's the reason na you don't violate kay tako siya multa. Munang very tricky with the government sa nato kay muna damn if they do, damn if they don't, diba?
Yes.
So same with the barricade, mo nang imo yun na butangan og barricade, yeah, that helps kay mapugos gyud ang mga tao, pero on the other side, it will also limit or restrict the flow sa traffic. Gamay mo dalan, diba?
So, ma'am, na reason you remove ni Mayor?
Okay.
So there's itimbang yun na nila ang safety. Munang kami with Cebu Road Heroes, we always emphasize the not more on penalties or not about rules. It's more of safety yun.
Yeah, I can understand sad Miss Sonny's sentiment na our best option for now is information dissemination lagi. Sige.
Yes, that would help.
Kanatong istorya na moingon sila na grabe ang penalty ana sa mga uban mga tao mo reklamo ba, it's hindi man na nawarta ang government, it's more of their safety, di ba, for our protection. Pero mula yung sawa pa yung disgrasya may tabo, moingon na gina sila permi na pangwarta or that's the point. Wa sila kay bawo na they're taking care of our safety.
That's Philippines for you. If you were given the opportunity, what would you do to solve this problem with pedestrians?
Siguro more more manpower. Ano mo pag-ingon ni Ma'am Sonny nga information dissemination gyud. Mo pag-ingon sir nga katong social media makatabang sa gihapon nato disseminate sa the city ordinances nato and traffic education dako kay gamit ani.
Actually, education is really key.
I think kanang kuan ba, it's more of eye-opener ba. If you're not aware, or that's maybe the word awareness ba, we're aware of it.
Yes, because we are aware of the
Mas na-focus me into that ba. If you're close to traffic or you're close into maybe hobbies nimo, mo na mas aware ka sa mga problems ana. Kami aware sa pedestrian, about pedestrian, so it's a big thing for us.
for us. Okay.
For us. So that's why we're here. That's why we're advocating for it para ma-aware sa tanan. So it will be a big thing for everyone.
To answer Peter, we're talking about fencing or pedestrian crossing, di ba? Pedestrian crossing na siya no, gi-shorten lang into fencing. Ang uban gani wag ikibaw makabasa katong naay signboard lagi ana nga fencing. Naagi mangutana nga unsa din na siya nga traffic sign. So it's intended for pedestrian na ahead there is a pedestrian crossing provided. Now, it's a sacred thing for us nga naata sa traffic, naata sa advocacy, naata sa road safety nga side, na gunahunaan na sagrado na siya ang atong mga pedestrian crossings. Naagid tay mga balaod or sa ato ang traffic code na naay duties and responsibilities ang driver upon approaching a pedestrian crossing. And also, the pedestrians also have the duties and responsibilities before crossing the pedestrians crossing or the fencing. Na dili po diha diretso sa. Yeah, there are many instances na pod, mga recorded instances nga daghan ng namatay nga pedestrians nga nilabang diha sa pedestrian crossing because of reckless drivers.
May I ask, like, how many death tolls ba for road accidents? As far as you know.
For now, wala namin naka-updated sa data ana nila kay ang ato ang traffic accidents, ang ato ang pag-response sa mga traffic accidents is designated to every police stations with jurisdiction on the vehicular accident. So, unlike before, it is the traffic patrol group who is handling these matters. Tanan nga mga vehicular accidents, be it involving pedestrians or both vehicles, diri gid na sa traffic patrol group ang investigation tanan. So naagid ni data na, but since during the time of Karma katong siya ang chief sa police of Cebu City, iyahang gikuha na gi-turn over na ang pag-respond sa mga vehicular accidents to every police stations niya which has the jurisdiction on the accident. So mao na maglisod na wala na gid ni data nga makuha. Ang amo na lang is kung ang among personnel nga naa sa field mo report sa office nga na ay vehicular accident occurring in their area of responsibility, mo lang na ang among i-platter diri sa mo ang communication room. Pero dili na gid siya 100% nga ma-record na mo tanan kay katulang mang ma-blatter lang sa amo ang personnel. So as to moingon tag kato with complete data gyud nga involving pedestrians ba siya or both lang siya vehicles, then na properties na pod involving damage to property. So adto na siya makita ang iyahang data sa mga police stations which is na ay limitation nga dili na mi maka-access directly. Unlike before nga partners ni with traffic patrol group na anytime mangayo mi nila og data on vehicular accidents, makahatag ra dayon sila.
I think that would be one of the solutions, diba? Na people know like 1,000 people die in this city alone because of road and kuan.
Yes.
More aware.
So during our pedestrian safety lectures in public schools, amo na nang gina-check if naabay mga recorded nga mga incident nearby sa school nga involving mga estudyante or like ana mga bata. So mo-confirm gyud ang mga teachers, ang principals, and even kanang mga barangay tanods na to nga na-assign here in their area nga naa na dyoy mga recorded incidents. In fact, naaga ni gyud mga fatalities na namatay gyud ang pedestrian or ang bata nga nilabang kay naligsan. Una among ginakuan sa ilaha during lectures, like if there are schools nga duol gid siya og mga skywalk, we really require the school principal to impose sa parents and the students nga adto gyud palabangon ang ilang mga anak or ang parents mismo nga magkuha sa mga bata gamiton gyud ang skywalk and to avoid mga anak nga mga aksidente involving pedestrians. Pero ang parents may maguna-unahan and teacher pa usahay. Na sometimes pod ang public manggod or inana nga mutuman lang kung naay magbantay. If wala, dili ra pod. So morisgo gyud sila usahay. And for the reason nga giingon pa ni Ma'am Ella ganiya, they are always in hurry.
Yeah.
And usahay miingon sila nga kapoy nagsaka sa skywalk, kay taas, sakit ang tuhod, and everything. They all have the reasons.
Yeah, I think we have a lot to fix but at this point. But education is key, George.
More of mindset manggod na siya, di ba? Even you mentioned with the fatality figures ba? I mean, do we need to have people die just para
just to
ng one? Di ba? So let's not wait for that. And then, mindset ra gyud as Ma'am Sonny mentioned, Ma'am Ella, about katong mga reasons nila na ano kapoy and everything. But once you murag imo ni siya integrate gyud imo gyud immerse imong self with the safety lagi ba. Permin lang gyud think of safety. Kung every time makaingon ka kapuyag saka ning skywalk, think of safety, mulabang ka.
I like that.
I mean, too late na baya ang mahay, di ba?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, na lang na, antusi na lang na. I mean, I will admit also na, nga nasa na, it will come to my mind sa dana na, kapuyag saka na, or even while driving, magdali ka, nagi tayo sa malimtan na nato. Pero, hugong lang yung think sad ba of the safety. Mo lang
mo gyud na Sir Peter, di ba ni gasto og minilyon ang gobyerno para lang gyud sa safety sa publiko for pedestrians in particular nga gi-providean ana para safety sila, pero mo na usahay na adyoy mga gahi og ulo. Sayang ang gasto sa gobyerno.
Sayang atong taxes.
Yes.
Pilipino na para ra sad sa ilaha.
Yes. Mao gyud na siya. Mo bitaw na nga pinaka, you can still remember Sir Peter, ang pinaka-objective na to sa traffic control devices is assurance of public safety. So nindot kayo ang objective, no? But the question is, ang giadresan anang mga traffic control devices nituman ba gyud tanan? Mao na nga daghan gyapon disgrasya kay mismo ang drivers or the pedestrians nga giadresan sa traffic control devices. Mao man po'y musupak na defeat ang purpose na to or ang objective. Okay. dili man gyud tanan mo tuman. Mo lagi unta na nga dili na lang ta maghulat nga daghan ang mamatay. Nya ayha pa mo mutuman unta ba, di ba? Pero sad to say, mo gyud na mindset gyud tinuod.
Mark, ang usasan ba, you think ba na sa pedestrian, it doesn't mean because you don't drive a car, you're not a stakeholder or you have nothing to say about traffic or wala mo care about traffic. Pedestrian is one of the stakeholder of traffic or the road.
Yes.
Oo.
Because
So-
when we say traffic, it's not only vehicular, it is about vehicular and pedestrian traffic. So dako kayo nga factor ang pedestrians yun when we say traffic management in as a whole. So mo na ang involved yun ana is the vehicular and the pedestrian traffic.
Daghan may ma-encounter good before when we help out with the traffic na ang uban mga pedestrian would say na I don't drive a car, so which is a wrong motion.
Yes.
Or mindset na sad ba, wrong mindset. Apil ang mga traffic kung mayong ka ngano na traffic possible na because ang mga pedestrian naglabang-labang sa dalan.
Anywhere diha sa daan maglabang-labang mao'y makakosa vehicular traffic, makongested ang area kay ang drivers mapugos mangyud na mo slow down or mo kalit og hunong because of the pedestrians nga mulabang lagalit sa daan.
So dakong factor sa ng pedestrian in
Yes.
helping traffic flow.
I think that's a takeaway. Teamwork makes the road work.
Yes.
So, speaking of vehicles, in a situation where there is an emergency vehicle on the road, what do you think about the drivers who won't give way?
So, people who don't give way to emergency vehicles, dako jud kaayo na nga responsibilidad sa driver or violation gid na siya gid unta sa ato ang traffic rules and regulations, especially when we say the Land Transportation Code or the Traffic Code of Cebu City na gid na sa provisions gid sa ato ang mga balaod nga naay responsibility si driver upon approaching an authorized emergency vehicle. But before that, ato usang i-define kung unsa ang authorized emergency vehicles, no? Kay sahay nga kanus siya pwede nga tawgon nga authorized emergency vehicles. Of course, kung mga sakyanan no sa police cars or fire departments, fire trucks nga they are responding emergencies, di ba? And even in the traffic code, even the vehicle of the city mayor is considered as authorized emergency vehicle, no? And any city, provincial, or national nga mga ambulances, provided nga when they are in emergency, kinahanglan na sila mag-sound sila, audible sound, katong sa siren, and as like blinkers, red lamp, para ma-aware ang public nga they are in emergency. Like for example, an ambulance, wala na siya pasyente nga gisakay, they are obliged to follow traffic rules and regulations.
Dapat
No?
lang. Abusado.
Yes. So, talking about, to continue, how about those people who don't give way to emergency vehicles? Okay, one of the provisions sa ato ang balaod for the drivers, no? Drivers are required to pull off to the right kung nakadungog na sila nga na ay nag-sound of from a siren or ana ay blinkers nga makadungog na sila, dapat pull off to the right side of the roadway or asa nga side nga possibly nga naa ang emergency vehicle. So, pull off sila just to yield or to give way the emergency vehicle. Then, they shall remain in such position or mustop sa gid sila until nga malabay na ang emergency vehicle. So, that's the law. But, sad to say, nga naagid tay makit-an nga mga drivers nga they are following too closely to emergency vehicles. Common jud kaayo, mga motorcycles, diba?
Mga diskarte.
Diskarte lang na nila niya. Ang uban, ngayon nga.
Police sila.
Pero dako kay na nga responsibility sa driver ana nga ni tailgate kay that's the term na gigamit no, tailgating. Na ni tailgate sila or following too closely to the emergency vehicle, no? Violation na siya, reckless driver na siya, di ba, by nature. So if and when madisgrasya na siya, so mas daghan ang problema. Mga na dapat ang isa ka driver na makuha o driver's license, inform gid siya dapat sa balaod. Nabawal gid na siya nga mo tailgate ka sa emergency vehicles.
With regards to what you said kanina with like mga driver bitaw who don't know road safety and all that, diba, more or less you should know that prior already to getting your license. So in some essence, that's the LTO's responsibility.
Yes.
Diba?
Yeah.
But then there's this running joke now that even the LTO is very, corrupt. So we have to also address LTO because we know for a fact that some people are against corruption. Then you ask them, so how did you get your license? O, di ba?
Di ba? Una nga dapat unta lagi upon getting the license kanang comprehensive gyud unta ang seminar bitaw nga ma-attendan sa drivers. Mao di ang daghan gyud drivers pud sa dan nga murag mo violate kay dili gyud kaayo sila ingon ana ka oriented in terms of traffic rules and regulations. Mao na among gihimong motivation sa CCTO nga conduct gyud mi og mga lectures and seminars for drivers, especially kaning mo-comply nato diri mga taxi drivers, PLG drivers, nga makuha og mga driver's ID based on the ordinance nga amo ginang leksuran. Then there was a time also nga we tapped with LTFRB during the program of Drivers Academy nga nangayo pud mi og slot para maka-reach out pud mi those drivers. Pero ang among pinaka main problem, how about those mga private vehicle drivers? Dili ni maka-reach out gyud nila fully kay mingon ka para like Sir Peter, mga businessmen, no? Mga businessmen. Dili na sila gustong malangan. Mingon lang ta nga ato na silang seminaron. So napatabang siguro mininyo how to reach out to them. Labi na gyud kaning outside Cebu City nga mga passers lang diri sa Cebu City. So mo na gani before nga ni reach out me sa mga mountain barangays or even sa mga rural barangays diri sa Cebu City kay we also had a program before nga mo nang gi-organize na namo ang habal-habal in a way nga maka seminar pud mi nila. Ya ma-inform sila gyud nga sa ilahang mga duties and responsibilities as motorcycle drivers. Pero mas daghan man ang mga driver nga lang mga personally owned lang nila ilang mga motorcycle, gigamit nila kanang transportation nila going to work for accessibility reason nga dili sila ganahan na traffic. So diha na mo campaign makakita daghan kayong mga drivers diha sa dan na wa gid siguro ni sila kitbalog unsay balaod kay makakita man gyud nga di violated gyud
Province
mga
guru.
rules and regulations nato.
Mark, to add ba, to boil down mangyapon to choice manggod. So even if I took the LTO exam, I took whatever seminar, pero I also choose to disregard or violate the traffic signs. It's still the person, di ba?
Yes.
Say a very big percent of it is psychological yun and mindset.
It's one thing to not be aware. It's one thing to be not educated. I think if I remember my ethics lessons correctly, there's what you call visible and invincible ignorance. So like visible, there's ignorance that you know nothing about, but invincible, you know it na, yet you'd still choose to be ignorant.
Yes. And I would also like to add na maybe in simpler terms sa pag-explain mo sa ibang tao, they're just looking for the easier way out. Convenience lang, sir. Bisag, convenience lang yun na, wala bitaw gabantay. Doon naman kaayo, ma-forgive ragi-rugid ni. Yan na.
Yeah, mo nang it's still murag brainwashing or mindsetting ba na. Umaanad na to mga tao just like us now what we're doing, discussing it and ma-open in yung mind, in yung eyes, ma-realize in yung bitaw, no? Why not take the extra steps and ba? So that will change.
Kapoy siya, pero that's life.
Yes.
Kapoy siya, pero it will pay off. We will be considerate to those who will break the laws or ordinances because they're human too. They make mistakes, and we can rectify that later on in the future. So for now, gana lang yun kanang minimal penalties, but let them know the repercussions.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. Siguro sa kuha, it's like, bahala na if imong car kay Ferrari or unsa pa na sakyan. Follow road safety, di ba? Follow good road safety. I think the title really speaks for itself for this episode. We share the road bitaw. We should share the road. Learn to share. Mao na siguro akong takeaway. Learn to share. So how do you share the road? You follow road safety. You should be aware. You should educate yourself and don't be ignorant.
Thank you very much, for inviting us for this podcast. Of course, we are so happy because through this we are promoting road safety, and we have you as our partner starting today. We expect from you to help us, to have this information drive on road safety awareness.
As August draws to a close, it's time to wish our August birthday celebrants or our Leos and our Virgo babies a very, very happy birthday! Wow! Although it may be another year pandemic birthday, it's also another year to be thankful and grateful that you are safe and you get another chance to celebrate another year of life. So, we would like, on behalf of Beyond Borders, we would like to greet a happy birthday to Erica, Natasha, Christine, Vanessa, Christine, Adialin, our Internal Secretary Juliana, and our Executive Vice President Graciel. All to our August birthday celebrants, we wish you a happy, happy, happy birthday.
As we encourage some of our Beyond Borders members, officers, and members who recently graduated to remember it or put it on their books for the upcoming years, we are also honored and grateful to recognize one of their largest milestones this year. The fact that you guys have persevered in a real respect and pride for us. Despite the fact that we are still preoccupied about the COVID-19 pandemic, it marks the conclusion of one stage of one's academic journey and the start of another, more challenging stage and one's search for a better life and future. Congratulations to Michael, Nicole, Kissy, Anne, Brian, Marilyn, Joyce, Phelan, Christine, Nicole, Rachel, Joseph, Pauline, Christine, Ivana, Mirla, Gwen, Anthea, Therese, Mary, Jean, Trixie, Shara May, Jessa, Eunice, Ariane, Danielle, Chiki, Marinella, Stephanie, Charlotte, Catherine, Angelica, Jorimar, Kissy, Dorothy, Stephanie, Bernadette, and Ira, and our Beyond Borders writer Sherlyn, Outreach Manager Junlin, Ringleader Noreen, and our life-changing officers, Finance Director Marian, Club Service Director for Downtown Campus, Maya Pichi, Intellectual Director Jin, Vice President for Downtown Campus Christiana, and our life-changing President Louis James. Thank you for making the life-changing year truly life-changing.
We'll be going on a quick pit stop to end our first episode here, but we'll be back tomorrow for another set of guests and topics to discuss. But before we go, please show us some love by liking and following our Facebook page, Rotaract of Cebu Fuente, University of San Carlos. Keep an eye out for trivias, games, and updates from the club, and for our future projects joined by more guests with new topics to discuss. This has been Jay, and on behalf of Jess, Francis, and Marco, thank you for listening, and please continue to be kind to others. See you guys tomorrow, and have a great night. Bye-bye, besties!